I guess I'm live now, and thank you for joining to this video. And today we are going to discuss about how basically we can check with astrology that this particular person is my soulmate. There are so many things people always think about. Okay, which type of astrology can help them to identify these things? But I would say there are multiple ways of checking it, and I generally practice KP astrology as well as Rahu-Ketu. But specifically, if I see that KP astrology has very good ways, and it doesn't put you in a dilemma. It always going to give you the correct result. So, in case if you want to see that, okay, this is my soulmate or not, how I should be checking it. To check that, KP says that you need to see the seventh house sublord. The sublord is basically, maybe if you are not aware of KP is Krishnamurti Paddhati, which is evolved from, I would say that it is evolved from Vedic astrology. But the thing is, um, it always says that you need to see the sublord to identify a particular planet or maybe the result of a particular house. So in our case, that to know that how we checking how if we want to know the someone is your soulmate by using astrology. So KP astrology, I would say this is one of the best and fabulous way because it doesn't put you in a dilemma. And the finer and drill down prediction which can come very easily with the help of KP astrology, how we will do it. As I said, that you need to see the seventh house sublord. And the seventh house sublord, along with that, we need to see the seventh house sublord is in which nakshatra. And in KP, we always believe that nakshatra is more powerful than the planet. That means if a planet is giving such result, that result can be changed or can be stopped by the nakshatra, right? So the behavior going to come of your spouse or maybe soulmate, it is going to come with the help of seventh house sublord. So when we want to see, okay, this is the seventh house sublord. Let's say we talk about, we take a hypothetical example here. Let's say seventh house sublord is Saturn. Then we will say the person will be stubborn in nature. Why? Because Saturn is stubbornness. But if Saturn is in nakshatra, we will say, let's pick any nakshatra, maybe in moon nakshatra, then we will say that particular person is very, very different from outside and very, very different from inside, very soft in nature from inside, because the moon is the nakshatra. That means that particular person can be controlled or maybe influenced with emotion. If you are speaking to that particular person emotionally, then probably that particular person will able to understand what you want to explain. If the seventh house sublord is Saturn, and if you want to try to push him, try to tell him that, okay, you need to do that forcefully, that particular person will not allow you to force him or herself. Why? Because the nature of Saturn is from the outer part, and the inner crust is controlled by the nakshatra, which is moon. So when we want to understand the prediction, we always need to understand the sublord, as well as we need to understand the combination of the sublord with nakshatra. So this is how KP astrology works. If anybody want to know that, okay, tell me, my or that particular person is asking his marital life will be good or bad, how we need to really determine, right? So we will say that KP has a very fine rule which says that seventh house sublord is going to show you the purity and the happiness which has come out of the marital life. But in case if it get connects with any malefic, or in case it get connects with the sixth house or maybe eighth house, then the pain is going to come. The physical pain is always going to come from the eighth house. See, the lagna is going to get the pain from the eighth house. Always you need to see and understand how painful can be eighth house. There are so many people, or probably even you as well. You have heard multiple videos in YouTube, and probably you will think, okay, the eighth house, I have so many planets in eighth house, then probably I will be a very good astrologer. But it is not like that. Whenever there is a dasha of eighth house, you will ask that particular person who is really going through the dasha of eighth house, or probably the planet which is placed in the eighth house. So that particular person is going to face so many problems because the eighth house is always going to give the pain to the Lagnesh, pain to the querent who has already came to you asking the question about the marital life. So that means if the seventh house sublord is getting the association with sixth house, eighth house, or malefics, then you will say the marital life is not going to be good. You will face challenges. Now, people say that KP doesn't have remedies. KP is going to give you the prediction. That is quite correct. It is not completely correct. If I would say that the behavior of your spouse is like that, if I would say that this is the how you should deal with your spouse, or probably this is the weakness of your spouse, if you do this way, your spouse will listen to you. If you do this way, your spouse is going to hit you and hit you very bad. So these are the karma which you can align and probably modify your approach, which can give you very good results. Let's take example. If the person is having stomach pain, so he or she will take medicine for stomach pain. If a particular person doesn't have a problem in stomach pain, he's having a headache, why he will take a medicine of stomach pain? It is very clear. If the planet is saying this is one of the result and this is the way the planet or the person can be understood, so you change your karma. So that means if you want to see, okay, this is one of the person is my soulmate, then there are several ways in KP. One of the thing is, yes, we can check your chart. The another thing is what we can do, we can cast a prashna, which is known as Horari in KP astrology. KP astrology Horari is very, very accurate. In most of the cases I've seen, most of the cases, there are so many KP astrologers who always love to use Horari rather checking the natal chart. It doesn't mean that natal is not going to give you the result. Natal is going to give you the result. But the thing is, the Horari is more accurate. Why? Because the Horari is only cast if the person is having a genuine question. And we can very easily check that the question or the chart is created properly or not. And there are ways like we always check the moon, how the moon is behaving, what houses the moon is taking, which nakshatra moon is in when the question is asked, and where the moon is placed and its nakshatra is placed in the chart which is casted. That means very, very clear that in case you want to learn KP astrology, it is very important. People will say, okay, I will learn astrology for maybe for somebody. And people will say, no, you should not be doing astrology for in your chart or probably for you. But I would say when you are learning something, you should apply it on your chart first. Why don't you check the next day which is coming? Is it good for you? Is there any loss? Is there any profit? Why don't you check that? So that means whenever a person you are meeting, it may be your soulmate or not, you can check it with the help of KP astrology. It's very easy. We can do a matching. KP astrology has a different style of matching. I've been using it for many, many years. It is not like that, the traditional matching, which is done in Vedic astrology. We do it different way. We can do the matching with non-living things as well. Let's say you have bought a book. Does that particular book is going to help you? Does that particular book is going to give you the knowledge which you will able to utilize in future? You can do the matching with that. You can do a matching with the person who you want to do the business. You want to do a matching with your friend, maybe a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or maybe a spouse. So it is a practical way of doing matching. And even everybody has a different type of expectation from the marriage. Why we should be really go with a very, very simple way of doing matching, which is there in Vedic astrology. Even we have seen that after doing the Vedic astrology matching, there are several separations happen. Why? Have you thought about it? No. So Kundli matching in KP astrology is completely different approach. It's not the traditional way. So when you want to pick, okay, this is one of the person, is it going to be my soulmate? You can check right away, casting an instant prashna. A simple rule, I will tell you, there are several rules to check, but I will tell you the simple rule. If you have casted a chart, casted a prashna, and you are about to go and meet somebody, then go ahead, cast a chart. And if the first house sublord is placed in the sixth, in the eighth, in the 12th house, then you would say the matching is not good. The person whom you are meeting, the relationship is not going to last long. So these are the few tips. I would say that you should be utilizing it when you are trying to check if you are meeting someone or you are about to go to meet someone. It is very important. You should be saving your time, saving your effort. Today, I was speaking to someone, okay, and I have casted a chart. I've said, okay, you want to learn astrology? Let me see your chart. He has shared his detail, and when I saw his chart, the chart says that particular person is not trustworthy. That particular person is not going to disclose the things which is there in his inner heart. Probably he will hide from me. Probably if he's speaking 10%, he is hiding 90% from me. If I want to teach somebody, that particular person should do a surrender. At least he need to be clearing each and everything. So like that, when you are creating a bond with somebody, your spouse, maybe your loved one, right? The bonding should be correct. The bonding should be with a trust, right? The trust factor can be checked very easily if we do a KP astrology analysis, right? So I would like to say that KP astrology has a different approach. And in case you want to learn KP astrology, you can connect with me. I have different type of programs where you can learn KP astrology in the practical way and in the practical chart, not really the chart which we are casting for any celebrity. Because when we do a chart analysis of a celebrity, that particular celebrity is not going to come and justify or certify that this is the prediction which you are saying, it is correct. But if I take a real life example from like you, then probably when I will say this has happened, you can really right away can certify, yes, this has happened. And this particular period, this has happened. Probably in 24th year, or maybe 29th year, or maybe 28th year, right? This is how KP astrology works. So if you are interested, do learn KP astrology. I have books as well. Probably you will find it on Amazon or in my website, which is bookyantra.com. And in case you want to learn astrology, we have variety of courses. Go to vedicastro.in and you will find that. Thank you. Take care. Namaste. And we will meet you in some different video, different topic I will talk about. In case you want me to cover some other topic, you can drop ahead in the comment section. I will definitely love to cover that. Okay, take care. Bye. We'll meet you again.